Have you ever sat down to learn a song for church and completely got stuck? Your mind knew exactly what you wanted to play, but you couldn't get your hands and feet to just get with the program. If you said yes to that question, you're more than likely experiencing an independence problem. Independence, in a nutshell, is just the ability to comfortably play different patterns on two or more limbs at the same time. This is a huge topic and the rabbit hole can go as deep as you want it to, but in my experience, the most practical and useful independence exercises are ones where you either keep a simple pattern on your dominant hand while varying the kick drum pattern, or ones where you keep a simple pattern on the kick while playing different patterns with your hands. A few weeks ago, I posted my top 5 church grooves video where I broke down 5 of the most common grooves that every church drummer should know. While putting that video together, I noticed that there were 2 very simple patterns that consistently showed up and formed the foundation of all those grooves. Today, we're going to go over those patterns and lay out a system for you to have complete freedom to play whatever you want to on top of them. So let's break it down. Hey, real quick, if you've ever wanted to play fills like this, or like this, you should download my free guide called Mastering Linear Drumming, where I break down the patterns that every drummer should know in order to get comfortable with linear drumming, and then I give you 15 of some of my favorite linear drum fills in order to help you get started. So if that's something you think you're interested in, click the link down below to get your free copy. All right, back to the video. Okay, so the first pattern that we're going to go over are eighth notes on the hi-hat.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and
This simple rhythm is the basis for the majority of grooves that you'll ever play. The kick and the snare drum are the meat and potatoes of a groove, but the hi-hat sits on top as a steady rhythm that provides motion and energy. In a perfect world, every drummer would be able to keep these eighth notes steady no matter what's being played on the kick and snare. But our brains tend to have this weird connection between the kick and the hi-hat hand. Everything is all good when the kick and hi-hat land together, but when they don't, our hands tend to get a mind of their own and start chasing after the kick drum. In my experience, the quickest way to fix this problem and break the tie between your kick and hi-hat hand is to play your hi-hat pattern against the 16th note grid. All right, let's nerd out for a minute. The 16th note grid is just a system where we isolate or emphasize, for lack of a better phrase, each part of the 16th note. 16th notes are most commonly seen in groups of 4s, with the first note being the number, the second being the E, the third is the and the fourth is the In the 16th note grid, we'll play and count several measures of 16th notes out loud, and each time through emphasize a different part of the 16th note.
1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and
I just demonstrated the possibilities you'd have if you were to accent one of the 4 notes. You can go through the same process and practice the combinations of accenting any 2 of the 4 16th notes as well.
1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and
All right, so we're going to practice these steady eighth notes on the hi-hat a little differently. We're going to play eighth notes, but count 16ths. Think of them as a downstroke and an upstroke. Your hand will go down on the number, up on the E, down on the and up on the
1 E and 2 E and a, 3, E, and a, 4, E, and a.
When you get a good feel for this, you're going to go through the 16th note grid and play each part of the 16th note on the kick drum against that hi-hat part.
1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a.
If you do this correctly, you'll notice that your hand and foot will hit together whenever you play the numbers and the ands, and they'll hit separately when you hit the e's and the uhs. It's crucial that you count out loud when you practice this so you can maintain an even and consistent flow. All right, now let's do the same thing, but this time we'll play the kick drum on the 2-note combinations. Again, when you go through this exercise, make sure that your hand and foot hit together on the numbers and the ands and separately on the e's and the uhs.
1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a.
When you run through this a few times smoothly, add the snare drum on the 2 and 4. If you can run through this exercise, you'll be set up to comfortably play the vast majority of any groove that you'll ever need to learn.
1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and
All right, so in that last clip, could you point out a pattern that stayed the same no matter what I played? If you said the kick drum pattern, you'd be correct. No matter what my hands played, the kick drum consistently played steady quarter notes. Quarter notes on the kick is the second pattern that you'll need to get really comfortable playing on top of. There are a ton of church songs with grooves that have a steady quarter note pulse on the kick underneath a variety of 16th note hand patterns. We'll use the 16th note grid again to get comfortable with playing the accent possibilities over top of this pulse. This time though, we'll play the 16th note softly on the snare drum and go through the grid, accenting each part of the 16th note starting with the numbers. Be sure to really exaggerate the soft and the loud notes. There should be a big difference between the two.
1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 and 2 E and 4 and
When you get the hang of this, start playing your kick drum on all the quarter notes. Or, in other words, play the kick drum every time you say a number. The challenge will be keeping your kick drum on all the numbers even when your accents change to other parts of the 16th note. If you're not careful, your kick will start switching over to whatever note your hands are accenting on at the time.